from WUHF-TV, this is Fox Rochester News, first at 10 in high definition.
First on Fox tonight, you may have noticed some smoke and flashing lights at the Rochester airport this morning. It wasn't a real disaster, but instead a drill. Hundreds of volunteers and first responders helped the airport test out its emergency plan with a staged plane crash. Sierra Putman saw the whole simulation unfold.
Evaluators say crews responded well, and this drill was as realistic as possible thanks to a live fire and actors playing injured passengers.
Go ahead.
It looks and sounds like a catastrophe at the Rochester airport.
We had some wreckage on the field with fire. We have casualties on the field, and they're being triaged.
But this is just a drill. These buses represent pieces of a crashed plane. One was set on fire.
I heard a pop and I thought it was going to explode, but it didn't.
Airport personnel are monitoring the scene inside the new Airport Emergency Operations Center. They're coordinating local police, firefighters, paramedics, and hospital workers helping with the drill. There's more than 100 volunteers like this one making this drill as realistic as possible. They have makeup on their faces and their bodies to make them look like they have real injuries. And this evaluation card lets first responders know how critical they are.
A broken pelvis and trouble breathing.
Are you gonna make it?
I hope so.
Injured passengers like Musa Mensur were scattered on the tarmac or trapped in their seats, confined to one spot until rescued.
Hang in there, you're doing okay. We're gonna get everything taken care of really quickly.
Evaluators are judging how well airport personnel and first responders react. The airport already knows where it needs to improve.
There's a lot of issues that we're trying to weed our way through. Patient tracking.
With a disaster or something of this magnitude, communication is always something you can work on. So we're going to see where we can do better and make those changes and go from there.
Changes to make them better prepared for a real emergency. The drill finished up at about 4 o'clock today, and the FAA requires all airports to conduct similar emergency drills every 3 years. Sierra Putman, Fox First at 10.
Family and friends gathered to help find a Churchville Chili graduate missing now for 5 years. Brian Sullivan was last seen at a Burger King on Chili Avenue in Gates. The then teenager's car was found nearby. Today, supporters hosted a poker run in Gates. Sullivan's family says people have worked hard to keep his case in the forefront of everyone's minds, and they are very thankful.
I was emotional this morning. It meant everything to see all these people here, from the bikers to the organizers, our vendors. Everybody's been behind us from day one, and it means so much.
Money raised today will help send a local law enforcement officer to Wisconsin for specialized training to help find the missing. Area children did their part this morning to help other kids in trouble. It's all part of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's annual duathlon. 52 children participated in today's race. The kids rode their bikes in the first stretch and then ran or walked to the finish line. Each kid found sponsors to help raise at least $20 for the agency. Organizers say the race was a backdrop for their main goal, teaching kids how to protect themselves from predators.
And when kids come out and participate in an event like this in the duathlon, they're learning about child safety themselves, and we know they're going to go and tell their siblings and their other age mates this really critical information.
The National Center expects to raise about $5,000 in their second annual duathlon. 2 people are recovering from their injuries after an early morning crash in Ontario County. Sheriff's deputies say that crash happened on Melville Road in Phelps. The driver, 21-year-old Christine Conrad, tried to avoid a deer, lost control, and then rolled the car over. She had minor injuries and refused treatment. 2 of her passengers, 22-year-old Caroline Conrad and 24-year-old Terrence Freeman, were taken to Strong Hospital. We're told they've been treated and released. The other 3 passengers were treated at the scene.
Now, meteorologist Stacy Pengen with Rochester's most accurate forecast.
Kind of feeling like fall out there today, huh?
You know, it really was. It had that fall look to it and a fall feel to it.
Wow.
Look at these temperatures. 65 degrees for a high here in Rochester. Saranac Lake only making it to 59 degrees. That 65 is the coolest high temperature in about 3 months, well, since early June. Satellite and radar looking pretty good. You know, we saw a fair amount of sun, certainly more clouds than sun, but that's all breaking up right now, and we're going to see a mainly clear sky as we head into the overnight, which is also going to help temperatures fall into the mid and upper 40s. Yikes. Yes, turning a little bit chilly by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, after that cool start, we're going to see a lot of sun, and that's going to help temperatures climb into the upper 60s, possibly nudging 70 degrees, so a little bit milder than today, and we do have a little bit more of a warm-up coming your way, along with some rain as well. We'll get to that in your full forecast.
All right, Stacey, thank you so much. Well, Rochester teenagers are showing off their talents in hopes of helping out others. The Center for Teen Empowerment is stepping up their efforts to make an impact in our community with art. Today, the center showed off a mural that its students are painting out in the southwest part of the city. It's an area that has seen its share of crime, so volunteers say they hope it will make a difference to help spread both hope and pride.
If they see this, they'll be like, if he did something like that, then I can do something like that. And so then they'll try to go out, they'll start drawing more, they'll try to, expand the horizons, try to do better, try to do better in school.
Organizers and staff surveyed more than 100 people in the neighborhood of Genesee and Frost Streets to come up with the concept for this mural. In a developing story tonight, authorities are investigating the U.S. consulate killings in Libya, and they've delayed their arrival to the region as violence there rages on. Thousands of protesters across the world have taken to the streets, fueled by an anti-Islam film released by an American filmmaker. Christina Muchler has the very latest.